This is Double Agent, a Tyler Wolfe espionage thriller, Book 1. Written by Jack Mars, read by Hades. Prologue. West Berlin, Germany. June 16, 1948. Maxine smiled at the young German man standing in front of her desk and was not at all surprised that the man didn't smile back. 3 years of peace wasn't nearly enough to erase the animosity between the subdued Axis and the victorious Allies. Still, this particular German was applying for residency in the United States. You'd think he'd at least return a smile. "All right, Mr. Buchholz," she said, handing him a stack of papers. "If you could just review these and sign your name where indicated, I'll be able to file your application for processing." Mr. Buchholz pulled a ballpoint pen from his pocket and began reading the document. Maxine kept her smile and even managed to keep her voice pleasant as she said, "You're welcome to take that to one of the seats in our waiting room and return here once you've finished." Buchholz didn't reply. Maxine sighed inwardly. Her full name was Maxine Scher, and though she had grown up in Boston and only visited Berlin when she got a job with the State Department, her parents had grown up in Rhineland and spoke German exclusively at home. She knew she didn't have an accent, and knew that Buchholz had heard every word she had said clearly. "Mr. Buchholz," she tried again, "if you would please have a seat in our waiting area while you complete your forms. I have others waiting to be helped." Buchholz reached the bottom of the first page. With a flourish of his wrist, he lifted his pen and carefully signed his name at the bottom. Then he shuffled the page to the back of his paperwork and began reading the second page. Of 11 pages. "Mr. Buchholz," she repeated, louder and less pleasantly, "kindly have a seat in our waiting area. I have other guests to attend to." Once more, Buchholz decided she wasn't worth responding to. Maxine glanced behind Buchholz to the next guest. The next guest happened to be a burly, thickly muscled man of perhaps 40, who glared daggers into Buchholz's eyes. That would do. She lifted her hand. "I can help you over here, sir." Without hesitation, the burly man stepped forward and shoved Buchholz out of the way. He stumbled and turned angrily to the big man, who met his gaze with calm contempt. Buchholz reddened and turned a hateful glare toward Maxine. She smiled brightly at him. "Please return to the back of the line when you've finished filling out your paperwork." Buchholz's lip curled in a sneer. "Yeah, well, you lost the war, Buster. Sorry for that." He glared back at the big man, who continued to return his gaze coldly. Then he turned and walked to the waiting area, his back straight, his feet not quite goose-stepping. "Oh yeah, real dignified soldier." She sighed and said, "Now how can—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?